Hi, my name's Debra. Welcome to my tutorial on how to create a city skyline thumbprint painting. You will need for this project a couple of items. The first one is a canvas. This one is 20 by 60 centimetres with a 4 centimetre edge. This is called a gallery style edge, and it's great because you don't have to frame the piece at the end and can put it directly on your wall when it's complete. I've painted this canvas black using acrylic paint. I've given it 2 coats, gives a nice even covering. Also do the edges, which gives it a great finish. And it's been ruled into 2 centimetre squares to create a grid pattern all over the canvas, and I have numbered it from the bottom from 1 to 30 and then 1 to 10 onto the side. You'll also need a template which you can download from my Etsy site, and I'll give you the link to that later on. But it's a template with the city skyline. This one is that we're going to be doing today is the Brisbane City Skyline. There's also available the Gold Coast, Melbourne and Sydney skylines. The template will print out in an A4 size, so the template would be just under 10 by 30 centimetres with 1 centimetre squares. So you'll need to double the scale to fit onto this size canvas that we're doing today, which is 20 by 60 with 2 centimetre squares. So hence all the dimensions are doubled from the printed template. You will also need some masking tape, some assorted colours of acrylic paint and at least 1 thumb. The first step you need to do now is to visually transpose the image of your template onto your canvas based on the grids. So using a marker that's a different colour from your black, I tend to use a white acrylic marker. This shows up well against the black, but you can also use a children's colouring in pencil will do the same thing, as long as you can see it against the black. Right, so now that you have put the template onto your canvas and you've created your cityscape or drawn it up ready, as you can see here we've got the Story Bridge and the riverside, if you know Brisbane well. So now the next part is to mask out the top of your canvas. The kids are going to be putting their fingerprints and their thumbprints on the lower half where the city is, and all the top part will remain black. So just to make sure that those little fingers can get right into the corners with their thumbprints and not go over the edges, and it'll leave you with a nice straight edge when you remove the masking tape, you start the long process of masking your buildings. I would just leave the masking tape just slightly off the edge so that you can still see the white line. So that will be covered and you won't be left with a white line on the outside later on. So that'll be covered in paint. So just leave the masking tape about 1 millimetre or 2 millimetres off the edge of the white line that you've drawn. You may need scissors for this to make it nice straight edges too, to keep it looking good. So we finally have our cityscape masked in, and as you noticed I've put the masking tape all the way to the top because I'll be working today with some little thumbs that belong to 3-year-olds up to 11-year-olds, and inevitably the 3-year-olds will be tempted to put their thumbprints up on the black area. So it doesn't take that much more masking tape to just tape in the whole lot of the black. So if they do venture outside the cityscape, then it won't make any difference. So there we have it. I'm just waiting for those wonderful little people to arrive and we can start getting them to work. Right, now all my thumbs have arrived and you'll meet them all soon. So we're going to start putting paint on. Alright, so I'll get the paint out and then we can get started. Our little thumbs have disappeared and gone for their afternoon nap. So now the paint's dried, we're going to peel off the masking tape so you can see what the effect will be. And this is going to be very bright, this one. You can do any assortment of colours that you want, obviously. So I'll start peeling off. Now we have removed all the masking tape, and you can see what's happening here. We're starting to get a beautiful piece. The grid marks are still on the black area, so you can paint them out now with the black paint that we were using before. So just repaint over that, and for any little spills or edges that aren't quite straight that you're not happy with, you can just cover them over in the black paint as well. So I'll do that, and when that's finished, then you can have a look at the next step. So we're nearly there. Okay, so now that you've covered all the mistakes, if any, and the grid lines in the black paint, just for the finishing touches, if there's some obvious little details that you want to put into your buildings on top, you can do so now. I'm just using the white marker pen that I used previous when we were drawing it up. So just use your guideline, put in that mark there, and I think this building over here in Brisbane's got one. They'll be on the grid that I've given you in the template. So if you want to put them in, you can do so now. And that's what I'm going to do with this one. And if you desire, you can put over a coating of gloss varnish that you can pick up from any art shop. I usually use Liquitex, but there's a lot of cheaper varieties that you can get as well that will do the job. The ones from the art shop are non-yellowing. Just place them on very quickly with a nice clean brush, and you'll get a good gloss finish on the paint and a good sealant that it'll come up like, looking a bit more like this one. So that's it for now. So for further information, if you'd like to go to my Etsy site, you can download the template from here, or go to my Facebook page, or to my website. So I hope you've enjoyed viewing this, and I hope you have many days of creativity and lots of fun and colour in your life. So thanks for watching.